The events following the fatal death of rapper King Bao had left Lil Durk restless, and with a burning desire to slide for his twin. By doing so, things went south, and Lil Durk found himself behind bars. However, in a shocking turn of events, Lil Durk sends a terrifying message from jail to the camp responsible for sending King Bao back to his maker. Let's get into it. Straight from behind bars. Since King Von's death, it has been a crazy game of blame between Lil Durk, who is greatly affected by the death, and Quando Rondo and Tim for their roles in the murder. While Lil Durk is riding hard to get justice for his day one, Quando Rondo and his homeboy LOL Tim have been trying to prove their innocence, claiming the incident leading to King Von's death was a mere act of self-defense. You know how it plays out in the rap game when a mess like this has been done. Yet justice is either served by a court of competent jurisdiction or by the brutality of the street. In a shocking turn of events following King Von's death, Lil Durk, burning with a desire for revenge, sends a terrifying message to Tim. Lil Durk's message is laced with a strong contempt toward Tim for pulling the trigger on his day one homie. But here's the thing, Durk's day one homie King Von was in a fight with Quando Rondo, Tim's day one homie. Upon realizing that Quando Rondo was in a fist fight with King Bao, Lil Tim pulled out a gun and began letting out shots hitting 5 people. The news reads on November 6, 2020 at around 3:20 am. King Bao was one among the 5 people shot outside Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta to establish his innocence. In a recent remote interview by Fukia TV, Lil Tim, who was present during the altercation, shared his perspective on that tragic night, although he was cautious with his words. Due to ongoing legal proceedings, Lil Tim stood firmly in his decision to defend his friend Quando Rond. He asserted that his actions were driven by a desire to protect his brother, and that anyone in a similar situation would have acted similarly.
Anywhere in the United States, anywhere, any country, on the earth, a would have wanted their partner to be their phone.
Interview appeared to hurt every nerve in Durk's system, prompting him to send a disturbing message to Tim, expressing his dissatisfaction with Lil Tim, speaking about King Von's death, claiming he simply stood on business first. Lil Durk tweeted, "We don't want to hear that scary soft it's stock." Goofy Lil Durk's cryptic message seems to blame Tim. It was like Durk was saying, "This dude ain't even worth taking down my homie." Durk expressed his belief that Tim's comments were an attempt to distance himself from the incident, which Durk perceived as a sign of weakness. This exchange between Lil Durk and Tim has sparked a divide among fans, with some defending Tim's actions and others siding with Durk's interpretation. The fans' reactions to the incident and subsequent interviews have been mixed. Many expressed their condolences for King Von's untimely death and acknowledged the difficulty of the situation. Some believe Tim's actions were justified given the circumstances, while others echo Durk's sentiment, questioning Tim's sincerity. The differing opinions highlight the complexity of this tragic event and the range of emotions it has evoked. This user commented on Lil Tim's interview saying, "I just love how some of y'all praise and love V for killing and how many bodies he got. But the person who kills the killer y'all praise is wrong. The irony, had V killed him or Quando, y'all would be saying V was on go. They knew V was a killer. Y'all would be praising V." Another user observed, "I like how he carry himself. He ain't happy about the situation, nor sad, just neutral. He simply did what he had to do, talking about doing what needs to be done." Some people believe that if the situation was reversed, Lil Durk or King Von himself would have done the same, for their homies. Fans were reacting off emotion. But in the end, Tim didn't act any different than Von would have if roles were reversed. Just how that goes, well, to be honest, everyone knows how it's done on the street. Most of the beef and deadly feuds between rappers and rap gangs in the industry are a build-up or retaliation for previous hits. And so it goes. But here's what another user had to say about the whole situation. "V was a bully. Tim had his man's back, period. The ops V was into it within Chero ain't the same ops you going to get into within a different state. It's a different backyard. And it's gangsters everywhere. He ain't the only one." While weighing the diverse opinions and reactions of fans concerning The situation, I came across a comment that stood out from others for obvious reasons. It says, people say, damn, what a shame. Someone had to lose their life, then proceed to say Durk's all bark, no bite. Because he's not out here shooting everyone up, fans are toxic. And if we are all being completely honest, rap has become toxic, not only for the artist, but just as much for the listeners. As all fans, kids have life twisted. And the music artists they look up to and idolize aren't helping the current situation enough, antagonizing rappers to kill and catch bodies when we all know, no God, well, 95% of you wouldn't even come close to doing anything. Even remotely close to that, this user thinks fans are responsible for making rappers turn against each other. He urges the fans to play their parts well and stop praising the violence. Hold up. This is where it gets crazy. While Lil Durk was still fumed and deeply hurt by the death of his friend King Von, two things happened that pushed him off the cliff. In a 2021 interview with Quando Rondo, Angela Ye asked the rapper to comment about the tragic incident that led to King Von's death. Quando Rondo claimed he and his team acted in self-defense on the night of the murder. He said, I'm thinking these were some regular individuals, so I'm letting this group come by. Next thing you know, hit me, boom, bow. I lie to you not. It's like I had an out-of-body experience. Evidently, Lil Durk did not like that interview. In fact, none of the goons in King Von's camp liked the sound of that interview. King Von's girlfriend, Asian Doll, posted saying doing all these interviews about King Von looked goofy as hell, speaking on open cases and telling stories. He never told his top off the line snitch he ain't condone. He'll cut him if off for y'all forever to me, and never stood on business. I hate who don't stand on business a lot. Little boy dead. We like grown men that get done over here. The following year after the murder, Lil Durk yet again was dissatisfied with the outcome of King Von's murder case. Here's the thing, after the fatal incident, LOL Tim was arrested for the murder. And although he posted a $100,000 bond, he was expected to face trial for the murder felony. However, in a shocking turn of events, Lil Tim's attorney, Noah Pines, out of the blue released a statement saying that all the charges against his client had been dropped. The statement says the case against Mr. Leaks was dismissed prior to ever being indicted. Prosecutors believe that Bao was killed in an act of self-defense. After the charges against him were dropped, Lil Tim and about everyone else on the Quando Rondo team celebrated on the street. Lil Tim released a song accompanied by a music video where he rapped about the court's verdict. Left a Stain, where he raps about the verdict of the case. The lyrics go like this: just got a collect call from New Pluto yesterday. He said he on the way, we steady catching plays. I told him about my good news. I'm about to beat this case. I really came from the bottom, feeling like I'm Drake. Unfortunately for Lil Durk, this means that King Bao could not get justice from the system. The street is the next alternative. How did I know that? Let me put a little something in perspective so you can grasp this gist. Lil Durk and King Bao were very close. The street called them the evil twins. The initial connection between Lil Durk and King Bao was forged in the streets of Chicago, where their shared experiences and mutual respect for each other's talent brought them together. Durk, already an ESTA figure in the Chicago rap scene, saw potential in the young and hungry Von. Durk took V under his wing, offering guidance and support as Von navigated the complexities of the music industry. Their friendship was beyond music. It was built upon trust, security, and loyalty. Both artists understood the importance of having someone they could trust in an environment where trust was a rare commodity. It's no wonder when LOL Tim was released from jail and his felony murder charge case was dropped, the street whispered terrifying things. Some people said Quando Rondo and his team would be shot up, and others said Lil Durk would not sit this one out. Well, the street is never wrong, as it appears in a not-so-shocking turn of events. Lil Durk's name is littered all over the media for his arrest in connection to a murder-for-hire plot. Lil Durk arrested for murder for hire.